My name is Faviola Aranda. I am a professional Spanish interpreter, translator, interpreter trainer, and entrepreneur. Yesterday's post, I basically shared with you that, some of the high school students have reached out to me, did a little interview with regards to entrepreneurship, and they wanted to learn more about who I am, what I do, and what I provide. So as promised, I'm going to go ahead and share with you some of the questions that they asked. So first of all, again, they wanted to know what type of business I have and how long I've been in business. For those of you that don't know me, I've been in business since 2000. Again, I am an interpreter. I basically started and built my business from the ground up. I started off as a freelancer like many of you, and within 3 months I was able to actually, believe it or not, build an agency with over 2,500 interpreters in over 150 languages worldwide. I was very successful for quite a few years. Unfortunately, life happens, and made the decision to basically, along with the economy, made the decision to close down the agency. You'll learn more as we move along. So they asked me, okay, what are the reasons and what made me open or purchase or assume ownership of the business? Once again, since I was 14, I've always had a vision. At a very young age, growing up and with entrepreneurs, basically, I knew that I didn't want to work for anybody. I wanted to have my own business. At the age of 14, I didn't know what type of business, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that I wanted to be in business for myself. So I started working at the age of 14. I basically worked as a cashier, as a waitress, as an office manager. Actually, let me go back a little bit. So by the age of 18, I was actually managing an office, a small business. And through that transition, my urge and my want of being my own boss just kind of grew and grew, along with my father built his business back in 1978, grocery business, and so I did help him throughout the year, answering phones, administrative, quoting, sales, marketing, etc. So again, to answer the question, I had a vision at the age of 14. I had the opportunity that arose in 99. By the beginning of 2000, I basically started my business from the ground up. 3. Okay, so basically, what challenges did I face during my startup, taking over the business, is a question. Starting the business was not a challenge for me. I had the experience. I was very knowledgeable as far as sales, marketing, administrative management. So I knew exactly what I needed to do in order for me to start my business. The challenges came, as you may all know, during the recession time. One of the things that I want to share with you, never put your eggs all in one basket. As a business was growing, and during that time frame here in California, Northern California, work comp was very, very profitable. It was very good. The insurance industry was great. Real estate was also great. And then also the state, here in the Sacramento area, they were basically, they had a lot of contracts going on. So I did a lot of bidding, and so I was able to land a lot of contracts with the state, along with companies and a lot of law firms. Unfortunately, due to the recession, along with bad management internally within my office, let me backtrack. During that same time frame, I suffered an auto accident. I was very ill. Then I became pregnant, and my pregnancy was very bad. I almost lost my daughter. The same time frame, my father was diagnosed with glioblastoma. So everything, if anything could just, go from worst to worst, this was the time. Unfortunately, I believe it or not, I didn't even know that we were struggling or that we were going to go into a recession. And so, when you're operating an agency, basically, you have to be there 24/7, on top of employees, on top of management, on making sure things are rolling. Just because you have a business or just because you're a CEO doesn't mean that things are going to run smoothly. If you're not there, trust me, things are not going to run smoothly. So, along with all of that, basically, a lot of things happened, transpired. I was not getting paid. Some of the contracts, and businesses started to close, and things just went chaos. By the time my father was diagnosed with glioblastoma, and when he basically was pronounced dead, while I was over here putting out fires with the business, I basically said, you know what, I'm done. I can't handle this, and so I shut down the business. So challenges, those were my challenges. Not being prepared, not knowing, obviously life happens, so you have to prepare. When you start your business and in your business plan, you also have to envision all of that. What if this happens? What if that happens? How are you going to handle it? Who's going to handle it? How is it going to be managed? I learned this the hard way. Next question. What are some of the positives of being a business owner? Well, the positive is that you get to work whenever you want. You set your own hours, you decide when you want to work, you decide how much you want to work, how much you want to make, what areas, in my industry, what areas I want to focus in. And so basically it allows me that flexibility, along with being able to spend time with my children now, being able to do the things that I love, for example, now I'm sick. So if I was at a job, being 3 weeks, not being able to work, I'm pretty sure they would have said bye-bye, but being self-employed, that is a positive. The challenge, along with this question, the challenge is that obviously being self-employed, if you don't have a little bit of money saved up, or if you're not putting money into your SSI, or to have some sort of backup financially, then that's where that burden comes. Now, if you had a job, then basically you can use some of that PTO, some of that sick or vacation. Being self-employed, you don't have that unless you prepare for that. How is my relationship with the government? Right now, I don't have a relationship with the government because I no longer contract with the state, county, or federal. I'm basically dealing a lot more with independent businesses, and I have a different strategy now. I learned from the first time, from everything that I didn't do, I'm doing now, and I've implemented. I am so much happier. Things are just so much easier. Things are flowing smoothly. I don't have to deal with the headaches with employees. I don't have to deal with all of these headaches that I have to, do this, do that, or put out this fire, put out that fire. I don't have to do that. So my relationship with the government, I really don't have one right now. I also want to know what party do I belong to. I am a Democrat, and so basically Democratic Party, based on the history, it's known to, when the Democrats are in power, business and things are a lot smoother. And so thanks to our prior president who implemented and bailed us out, and oh God, I am so grateful to him, because had it not been, for him, I probably wouldn't be here. Believe it or not, my business wouldn't continue. Although I am no longer an agency, I am now an entrepreneur. Everything that he implemented and put in place, it helped me and it helped my business. So for that, I am so, so thankful. Does my business experience any cash flows? Again, right now, thank God, my business does not experience any cash flows because I've implemented certain procedures in place. Because again, I learned from the first time. The first time I did, if you are starting an agency, and if you don't have, a bucket full of cash in the bank or whatever, to get you through the hard times, trust me, your business will fail. You are setting yourself up for failure. So it's, you got to prepare yourself for that. Next question, how many employees does your business employ? I no longer have employees. What I do now is I do subcontract services. So things that I don't want to do, I don't like to do, doesn't mean that I can't do them. But, I rather subcontract those out. For example, I have somebody that does all of my SEOs, some people that do some of my sales. So I subcontract those out. Let me see. How did the economy impact the business during the recession? Again, I touched base on that as well, that it did impact me a lot. So, for those of you who are in business now, who have employees, who have an office, make sure that you prepare yourself for the hard times. Make sure that you have processes and procedures in case something like this happens again, in case you get sick, in case you get injured, in case you can't work. You want to have certain procedures and processes in place. Am I a member of any community organizations? Currently, no, I am not. Before, when I was an agency, I did belong to many organizations, I should say. I did support a lot of organizations such as the chambers, organizations for interpreting and translators. I supported a lot of that. I supported a lot of organizations for women-owned businesses, small businesses. Currently, I don't participate, nor do I support, or should I say pay into these organizations. My business is doing really good. I have enough business that I can actually handle. By me supporting those organizations right now, that means that it opens up more doors for you. It opens up networking. It opens up opportunities for your business. And right now, honestly,